Are we living for the life we want to live, and are we living for the experiences, or are we living for the gram?
Like blimmin' Jeremy Beadle, like walking around with his big massive camcorder with the big mic on it. We'll get to the topic at some point. I'm sure we will. We're just having a tour of the car right now. I think because we did the murder mystery, it's like got him into it.
Hey Mal, what's up?
Hello.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Excellent. Okay.
Whoa.
This is exciting. I think it's recording.
Well, I heard the thing go, your thing is in recording in process or whatever it says.
You're being recorded.
You're being recorded. So, and I pressed the OK thing on the screen. So I presume I'm being recorded.
I consent to being recorded.
Hello.
Hello. This is great.
Okay?
This is all the time. I've got a window of time every week where I have to hang out outside Milo's boxing class.
I feel like this is the way forward then. I feel like we're going to have to do like remote ones.
Yeah, this is a great idea. Well, also, do you want to start?
Well, hello. Welcome to the podcast.
Don't call it a podcast. So, while I'm thinking of Milo, and also this kind of like fits in with what we were talking about this week for this Not a Podcast. Milo's been catching up on Only Murders in the Building, which, if you follow us at all anywhere, you should have heard of, because Emma and I are massive super fans of it. But in the past, we've done, I don't know, I feel like we've done a podcast episode where we talked about it, but where was that and why?
I can't remember, but we did. I can't remember.
I've got a soundbite from it, but I don't know what it was for. It's just such a great show. It's on Disney Plus. Everyone should be watching it. There's 3 seasons available already, but it really, to really truly enjoy it in the way it's intended, you have to be watching it live, because it's like week by week. Mm-hmm. It's amazing. And Milo's really gotten into it, which is great for me because he's got no attention span at all. But he was like, he got home from school and I had to go somewhere, and he was like, can I watch it without you? It's like, okay. And he watched like 8 episodes in a day.
He's his mother's child.
But they're not short episodes. And
No.
It's not adult, but it's not like a kid's show. It's the first thing.
Do you think because we did the murder mystery, it's like got him into it?
Well, I suggested, like, he's obviously watched bits of it because I rewatch it all the time. And then he asked some questions, and I was like, well, we could watch it from the beginning.
And you could guess.
He was in. And then
is he making notes?
No, but it was really funny because he thought all the same things that I thought, like from the beginning. Mm-hmm. He was like, well, I think it's this person because, and I was like, oh, I've been there. I remember.
Do you remember the wall in the bedroom with
Bonnie? Loved it.
It's this season coming up. Does it start in August?
Yes.
Yeah.
So what Emma and I were talking about was we're going to have a little summer break from this, and we will come back and do half regular chat on our little topic, and then the second half of the podcast will be Only Murders in the Building. A podcast that's not a podcast of 2 halves.
It'll turn into Only Murders in the Building, won't it? Because they do a podcast in Only Murders in the Building. So that's what it'll be. Our own version.
A podcast that's not a podcast in 2 halves, partially about a show that is about a podcast.
About a podcast. Oh my God. That's like
meta on meta on meta.
Yes, exactly.
So we're giving you fair warning now that when we're not quite ready for our break yet, but when we do take our break, when we come back, we will heavily be talking about that. So you've got loads of time to catch up on the 3 seasons that are already available.
Yeah, I think we've got another 3 episodes of this podcast in the season. I think it's about 3, isn't it? That we've figured it out. So if you're not bored of us already, thank you for everyone for sticking around.
And then it'll give you a little bit of time maybe to catch up on some of these, and then we'll come back for like autumn, winter.
I know. Can we have summer first? I think that's the point, isn't it? Let's just enjoy the summer when it gets here, and have a little bit of a mini break, and then we'll come back refreshed, talking about pumpkin spice lattes and check shirts and autumn decor.
and they'll miss the whole portion of us being like, it's so hot. I hate this.
Oh yeah. Nobody needs that moaning. No.
And that would be me all over.
Have you enjoyed some of the heat that we've had this week?
None of it at all, man. I hate it. I hate it so much.
Oh.
I like sunshine, but heat is just unnecessary.
But it's not even been that hot. We haven't even had it into like the late 20s. We've just had like 21, 22.
It's just been so humid.
I know.
I'm not into it.
But I'll tell you what I am into. I don't know if anybody else has been watching it. Bridgerton. I've been all about the Bridgerton this week.
I watched the first season of Bridgerton under duress, I might add, because it was so hyped that it was something that I should not have watched. And I was like, fine, I'll watch it. And I remember being like a couple of episodes in being like, oh, okay, I see. It's like racy. I get it. I'm getting it. I understand the hype. It's because I'd never watched an episode of, what's that thing, Downton Abbey. Never watched that. Not interested. The only period drama, if it's set in like the 60s, I'm interested. I'm not interested in like Pride and Prejudice era.
Oh, I love it. I love all that. Give me a Pride and Prejudice or Jane Austen or a Little Women or a Sense and Sensibility or I don't know, I can't think, like all of that. Catherine Cookson.
No.
That's it. I'll be lost.
I did really enjoy original BBC Pride and Prejudice, and I actually tried to get Lee to watch that not that long ago. We got about halfway through and he was like, I just don't think I can continue. We didn't even get to the bit where he walked out of the water. And there's not that many episodes. What? But I felt like we were watching it for days.
Wow.
Even I was like, I remember this being better than this. I struggled with it.
I love it all. Like Heathcliff. Oh, Lady Chatterley's lover, if you like a bit of sauce. No.
But I think this is the thing with Bridgerton, is like, it's like the we're not calling it erotic fiction anymore, are we? What do they call it? Like spicy books, like
we're not calling that anymore. I still call it that. The kids not calling it that.
I think it's had a bit of a resurgence, like women reading fiction that's like sexy.
What? Do you think that's been since like the whole 50 Shades thing?
Probably, yeah. Maybe what it is it's not a resurgence so much as people are openly talking about it. I think that's always been like, women are more books.
Yeah,
in your head,
like the Mills and Boone sort of.
Yeah. So I see a lot of that. Like for some reason I've got a lot of like book talk pops up in my feed and like Bookstagram. And so I see a lot of people talking about like, I feel like they call it spicy reads, but I think that's this. Bridgerton is that in a show.
Yeah,
like Lady Chatterley's mother.
I feel like it's a more modern take, isn't it, on a period drama, because it's just like a feast for the eyes, all of the colour and all that. Do you know what it kind of reminds me of? It reminds me of have you ever seen Mary Antoinette with Kirsten Dunst? Yeah, it's kind of, it's all those pops of colour and stuff. It reminds me of that, with the modern twist on the music. So I think that's why it's trying to make it more current, but I just love it.
I did really enjoy season 1, and I was like, wow, like I loved that it was also a mystery, like who is she? Who is this woman that's writing the things? And
Lady Whistledown, do you know who she is, or did you not even get to?
No, I did. I watched to the end, but then it was like, oh, it's going to be different people next season, and I was like, oh.
Well, every season is someone else's love story. I think next season's going to be Benedict's love story. You don't even know who Benedict is, do you? Feel like.
But this is the difference between you and I, because I like to like learn the characters, and then I would like to watch 450 episodes of those people. But you are like, I can only commit to 10 episodes. That's more than 10 episodes is too much.
Actually, yeah, because this season has been split into two. So there's 8 episodes. I think there's 8 episodes. So they split it into four. So only four have gone live now. And then we have to wait another month. So until like I don't know, 15th, 16th of July, 11th of July, I can't remember, June, sorry, to wait for the other four. And I think it's quite nice that we're having to wait for them,
Yeah.
because otherwise you'd just binge it and then it'd be all over and done. Where there's like a little bit of like that, because that's the one thing that I would binge. I would have watched it all by now. But I like the
Eight
fact that
episodes is not a lot of episodes.
what is to me, it's a lot to me. It's a lot to commit to.
8 episodes is an evening. I think that seems to be the way that a lot of shows are going now. The new model, because obviously we all want to binge something. They've made us binge watchers. They've created this monster in us that we don't want an episode a week. But it also must be really soul destroying for the people who have made this show. Whereas Once Upon a Time, like with Only Murders, the thing that makes us love it so much is it's eked out over a couple of months to get like, everything. With these other shows, they spend, maybe 6 months to a year, more than a year making these shows. And then people watch it in a weekend and they're like, oh, this is so great. And everyone's talking about it. And then a few weeks later, everyone's forgotten about it because it's over.
Yeah. So I feel like the PR for this season has been ramped up to the max. I don't remember half and a quarter of the PR for last season as it was for this one.
I've seen loads, and I'm not even watching it.
Yeah, so I feel like it is heightened this time. But
anyway, but when you get 4 episodes and then 4 episodes again, that's 2 chances at them being like number one, new and noteworthy on Netflix.
Yeah, and then people will rewatch as well to get back into the exactly. And I've got to say, we will get onto the topic at some point, won't we? We are going to talk about something, right? Well, we're going to talk about a topic. But I've been highly influenced. I've got a delivery here. But I thought I might open it together. Although I've already bought something. This is my second purchase. I've been a bit spenny this week, I have to admit. So I thought we'd do it together. So I've already bought one of these, but I thought, which I'm actually wearing today.
Oh, okay. I did not know what this was going to be.
Got another one. Oh, it is. What is it? It is like a Bridgerton themed lipstick from.
Oh, Pat McGrath. Oh,
I know. I've got one here already.
Fancy.
So this is my first purchase that I'm wearing today. Oh, they're so nice.
I haven't tried anything from Pat McGrath because it's so expensive.
It's so lovely, honestly. But I bought them. So basically, Penelope, who's the character in Bridgerton, she's wearing this gorgeous lipstick, and I'm like, what is that? And of course, you go to TikTok, and TikTok tells you everything, don't they? So like, oh, it's this one, and then you go, oh, it might be this one. Anyway, a lot of people were saying it was this Pat McGrath negligee shade, and I tried it on, and I was like, oh, it's nice, but I feel like the one in the show is much more peachy, and so I found another one. I'll get into it.
That's like colour theory, though, isn't it? Because it might just look different on her.
Yeah, well, I've got this one now. Venezuelan. I can't even say it. Venezuelan. Venusian. VEN. Why can't I say it? But why have I lost the ability to talk? VENUSIAN. Venusian.
Oh, you know what? That's made up because it's like Venus. It's like someone from Venus would be Venusian.
Venusian peach.
So I think that's fair that you don't know that word. That's not like a normal word.
Like
Venusian. Is Venus peach in colour? Like the planet? Maybe that's what they're going for.
Oh yeah, this is definitely. So that's the original. That's what I got on today. And then this one, much more peachier, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I think I'm going to need to put it on Instagram.
Oh,
Look at that. Do you know what? I'm going to post this on Friday. This is all a different kind of week. I'm going to post on Friday instead of next Wednesday. So today will be pre-travel day. Very exciting.
oh
But also,
yeah.
Emma, please watch those. Please take some pictures of you wearing the different colours.
I will,
And
and I'll post them online. I feel
yeah,
like my whole algorithm and my whole like posting is just Bridgerton stuff anyway. So
so why not?
why not stick to the theme? So yeah,
Why not?
that's my little delivery today. Oh, I'll wear that tomorrow. Well, I'll try it later because I'm not going to wipe this
No,
off now.
no.
But I do
Well,
like
that's,
that
that's
colour.
like £3 worth of lipstick you're wearing.
That's nice. Oh, it's real. Do you know what? Would purchase again. Well, did purchase again, but they're
Mm,
really nice lipsticks, really long wearing. Like
mm.
them a lot, and they feel like me and a matte don't get on. This is really balmy and creamy.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to see if I
Nice.
can find somewhere to swatch them because the packaging is cute as well, isn't
Yeah, this is like Bridgerton inspired.
it? That is
Very
cute.
nice. Very nice. Anyway,
So,
so
the theme of this week's episode, if we ever get to it, what time is it now?
I
Oh,
don't
I
know.
can't tell you because I'm so far
Oh,
away. I've had to push I've had to push my seat back. I'm so far away from the pedal that I was like,
it
I had
doesn't
to
even
put my
tell me if I can't because I'm on the thing. I can't. It doesn't come up with the time if I click on my screen. Oh, do you want my
oh,
tummy rumble
okay.
then? Oh,
I didn't. Right, I think we're only going to have about 20 minutes because
okay.
Milo's in his boxing class, but I can't imagine he's going to want to sit and listen to us chat about, well, literally anything when he gets out of there. And he's going to want
Well, that's
food.
okay. This can be a. Well, the last one was an hour and a half, wasn't it?
I know we need to learn to be snappier anyway.
We can
Um,
talk, can't we? We can talk.
we can talk. So this week's theme, albeit a short one or a normal length one, is going to be along the lines of, are we currently, and a little bit like what I've just said, put it on Instagram. We want to see, you know, did you buy those lipsticks because you thought, oh, I really want that lipstick that she's wearing, but why did you?
Whoa!
Well,
You've really got
did,
into it then.
I know. See, I was like, we were really getting into it then.
We'll get to the topic at some point.
One
I'm sure we
day.
will. We're just having a tour of the car right now. This is
Right now, we're having a tour of the car. I have literally no idea where to put this car is not the best for vlogging and such, to be honest. Right, I'm gonna just prop you up there and hold you.
okay.
How was it like to be held? Is it the same?
It's lovely.
So the theme is going to be how I don't know how to put it into one sentence, but how much of what we do are we doing for the enjoyment and for the doing of the thing in the moment, and how much of what we do are we doing for social media? Like, are we living for the life we want to live, and are we living for the experiences, or are we living for the gram?
I said it's an interesting topic because I feel like if you'd have asked me this question a couple of years ago or a few years ago, I mean, I wouldn't necessarily be living for the gram, but
Mm,
it would have been a forefront of my mind for sure. Like, oh, I want to get a nice picture of this. I want to get a nice picture of that, and I'll
mm,
have sort of something in my mind of like this is what I want to achieve to post, rather
yes.
than being in the moment. Whereas I feel like now I'm more posting in the moment,
Yeah.
you know?
And you're like you're just more posting because you've just thought of, oh, I could post this, rather than engineered in a moment to post.
Yes. Yeah, definitely. Like, don't get me wrong, when you go away, I had some nice outfit pictures, and that was nice. But
Mm,
I didn't sort of orchestrate, right, I must do this pose, or I must stand here, I must do that. It was literally like, can you just take a couple of pictures? Here's my pretty
yeah.
dress. Um, and I feel like more now, I take more videos for reels or for TikToks rather
Mm,
than
mm,
pictures. But it's not necessarily living for it's more for the memories because I just like taking little snippets.
yeah. Yeah.
But
But I think, like, For example, something that I was thinking of, like since we've been watching the Only Murders with Milo, I already had on my list. We're gonna do like full day one in New York. We're gonna do some Upper East Side stuff. There's loads and loads of stuff, Upper West Side rather. There's loads of stuff I want to see up there that I haven't seen before. I want to go to like the places from You've Got Mail, loads of stuff, and there's tons of in the right area, and the Arconia is up there. So very excited to go and see the Arconia, the actual building. And then as we were watching it, I went, oh my God, the pickle diner that they go in all the time. I said, I wonder if that's an actual diner. It is. It's a real
Oh,
diner. And it
so you
looks
can
the
go
same.
there.
So we're going to go there. And then I think, well, I do want to go there. I want to go there. I want Milo to go there. Milo was excited about going there. But how much of it is I want to go there to post that I've been there? And how, like, I feel like there comes a point now where it's so ingrained in us that it's kind
Yeah.
of hard to know what came just within your own thoughts. It's hard to know, well, what motivated me to think, oh, I want to go to that place? Was it because, like, if I couldn't take a picture, would I want to go?
Yeah. I know
And
what you mean.
that's not necessarily to say that, because I mean, even back in the day before social media, if you couldn't take a picture, like pictures or it didn't happen.
Yeah.
How much of what we do is to show other people that we did it.
It's a bit like showing other people your holiday snaps.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, this is
Kind
not, I suppose, that's not really new.
No.
It's much, much more extreme now, but it's
Mm.
not really new because people have always taken pictures or people have always shared holiday pictures and people have always been like, look at me doing this thing for
Mm.
decades and decades and decades. But how much of it now, because we're so used to sharing so much, how much of it is just like that's the first thing. It's like so second nature that you're gonna
Yeah.
share something
Yeah.
that
But I do think that I'm sort of a little bit more, I hold back a lot more. Like I
mm,
said before, with the whole vlogging thing, and I'm holding back and da 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 da. I feel like I have done that with Instagram, and I feel like instead of like posting if I've been somewhere, I mean, I do post when I've been somewhere, but instead of like really thinking about that, for me, I'm more thinking about, I like doing my little skits. So I like doing
mm,
like the little lip syncs and things, and I want to do that more rather than be like, oh, look at me in a whimsical dress, or
mm,
that kind of thing. I want to do for the gram now or for TikTok. So
yeah,
it's changed a little bit. But that's not to say that, like you say, you're going to go to the pickle diner and whatever, you'll have a picture there and you will post about it because you want to
yeah.
share that. It is nice to share things.
But it's hard
There
to
is,
know, isn't it, where the line blurs. And
yeah,
even when
why,
you're
like,
being so
why do you want to share? That's the
yeah.
question.
Yeah,
Why?
but not even why do you wanna share, is the sharing why you're doing the thing in the first place? Can you really unpick that? Even things like a wedding. Like people I would be the same if we were gonna have like a full-on wedding now. I would do things specifically because I was sharing them that maybe I wouldn't do if no one was ever gonna see after the wedding. Like
So
our lives, everyone's lives has changed completely.
yeah, yeah. So how do you? I
How do
don't
you
know
know?
how you will know. I don't know. I
No,
don't know.
and we will that I mean, initially, when we were originally talking about this topic, my thought was more like when we go on holiday, we vlog, and my thought on this topic was more along the lines of like a busman's holiday type thing. Like we do this day in, day out, but we go on holiday and we do it. Should we not do it? Like, where should we draw the line? But then that's the most fun time to do what we do is when we're on holiday. The content that you get on holiday and the editing of it and everything about it is like,
Yeah.
this is the best time to be a content creator is when you get to go on holiday and do different things. But how much of your holiday are you thinking about that instead of doing the things and like
Well,
being in the
here's the thing. I
moment?
don't, when we do go away and I vlog, I don't make it the be all and end all. I make it
Yeah.
just like, here's the snippets. I'll piece them together when I get back. This is why I've still got about 5 holiday vlogs that I've got to edit yet, because because I was in the moment. So that's
Yeah.
great because I was in that moment living it. But then it's also nice to capture those memories for us too. Because I like watching holiday vlogs back where we've been
Yeah.
because it's a memory. Yes, it's a memory
That's the only ones we watch back.
yeah, that's a memory that we've created for us, but also to share. But also, if I didn't want to share them anymore, I could private them. I'd still watch them.
Yeah.
So I
I
don't
think
feel it's
that was my initial thought about this topic. But then as I'm talking, I'm thinking, I was thinking of it from our perspective of just, these are our experiences. But I think that it's changed for everyone because what social media used to be was, oh, everyone kind of shared little bits like Facebook. And then there were people who created content
yeah,
like us. And now everyone creates content. It's
yeah.
not to be an influencer now. Because influencers are these strange, like, alternate beings compared to the average person creating content. I feel like we are now just the normal people creating content, and we just happen to have been doing it for a long time.
Mm,
I
yeah.
watched someone earlier. I was watching someone like a What's in My Carry On, and she referred to the people who watched her as a fandom.
Oh,
And I was like, wow, this is next
fun.
level. Yeah. Yeah. It was like, oh, it was so crazy. I mean, this is off topic, but I'm just kind of more thinking. I was thinking of it from a content creator perspective, but I think now everyone's a content creator, and then they're in another stratosphere. They're like, that's another bubble entirely.
Mm.
But I think that everyone probably feels a little bit like this now. Even people that don't
I
do
mean, you
this.
might get the odd person. Well, there's probably quite a few people out there that blissfully go on holiday and take a few photos, and then might post one photo from their holiday of their
Mm,
sangria on or whatever. I've been to Greece or I've been to whatever, you know, or Spain. But I don't know. I like taking photos. I like creating videos. And so it
yeah,
has become second nature to us and other
yeah,
people, like you say. So where is the lines have kind of blurred now, really, haven't they? You've got sort of, you know,
yeah. And also, we won't ever know what we would have been like pre, like if we'd lived in another time. Like I always was someone who filmed stuff and took pictures. Like I was the person who
yeah,
took pictures on a night out. I
yeah,
would get home, upload
yeah.
20 at a time because you could only have 20 in a Facebook
Oh,
album. I would have
yes.
like night out part 10. Um,
And you posted
I
them when
would
you get home.
Yes,
Yeah.
and they were all and tagged everyone, and they all looked
Awful.
terrible. And the next day, everyone's untagging everyone.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
and recently, I found a load of mini DVDs because when I was having Ella, and I was only 18 when I was pregnant with her, I bought a mini DVD camcorder. So for my early 20s, before like video phones were a thing, I had a camcorder.
Yeah.
I've always been someone
Mhm.
who would document things.
Yeah.
So maybe part of it is that we were always like predisposed to be those people who over documented things anyway.
Maybe. Maybe. And that's
So
how
we would
that's
never
how
have
we
been that
came
person.
and that's how we came about because we enjoy it.
Yeah.
Like we talked about before, it's become our creative outlet. Like we talked about last week. I haven't been in the garage actually to find all my art stuff out. You know, we were talking about it last week.
Hmm.
But yeah, so it that is our creative thing. And I guess again, harping back to it's up to us how much we want to share, you know?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but I don't feel like I'm living for the gram. No, I don't
No.
feel like I am thinking, right, I've got to post it. Like there used to be a time, like I said before, where I was constantly thinking about my content. Right, I want to post every day and I want to post this and I've got to get this. And I'm just like, no, I just post what I want when I want now. And it's
Yeah.
become a bit like that over on YouTube as well. When I
Yeah.
want, however many I want, there's no rhyme or reason. And I think it works better because it just frees your mind up for a lot of stuff, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. I
So,
agree. I think that you even even being mindful about it, you kind of it can still seep in. But
Yeah.
like you say, there's going to always be those people who can just take a couple of pictures and have just been on holiday. Wow. But we would never be those people even without social media.
No, no, like you. I mean, we never had a cam. My auntie had the camcorder. I remember she had a big, massive one on the shoulder jobby, and I was the one that was like, oh,
Mm.
can I use your camcorder? Oh, pardon me, sorry, I just burped then because I'm
Do you
drinking
know
fizzy
what's
pop.
Do you know what's really weird? As you were saying about your auntie having a camcorder, my auntie had a camcorder when we went to Florida and I was 17. And I wish we had these tapes wherever these were, because I got my mum burping the alphabet, like in Florida. And I was just thinking about that and you burped.
I know, burp. Sorry, that was very. It was just gas. What are you drinking today, by the way?
Coca-Cola.
Oh, I've got a Tango. Fancy a Tango. That's what I've got. So, but it's
We're
giving me the
always a
burps.
little bit out there.
Yeah.
Just a little bit out there with the drinks.
But yeah, like it's nice though that my auntie had the camcorder because I've got videos of my dad. So
Mm.
that's really nice. And just like videos of us when we are little and stuff. And yeah, and I was always the one that was, oh, don't know what that was, bit of dust. I was always the one that was like, oh, can I play with your camcorder? And it was all like, we'll be very careful. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah. So I like blimmin' Jeremy Beadle, like walking around with this big massive camcorder with the big mic on it. So I was always drawn to that. And so I guess the same for you.
Yeah.
There's always that wanting to document
Yeah.
life.
Weirdly, my dad used to hire a camcorder. We used to hire everything. Do you remember radio rentals?
Yeah, I think they.
So
Well, down here, there was a Granada. It was called Granada.
we had a Granada. Um,
Mm.
so we always had like everything was what a weird time. TVs, like
Yeah.
our everything in our home was rented. Like I think even the telephone, everything was rented. And that was normal. What a weird thing. But my dad used to rent for special occasions, he would rent a camcorder. And we've got my third birthday. Have I ever subjected you to this video? Because I've made
No.
everybody. Oh my God. And next time you come up, I'll make you watch it because I've got it on a DVD now.
I'll make that sound like a threat.
I will. It is a threat because it'll be so boring. Because my dad, there's portions of it where my dad's just walking around the garden in silence.
Is he? Oh, he's not talking. He's not even saying anything. Oh.
No, so much of it that he's like filming people and they're like, "Are you videoing me?" And he goes, "Yeah." Like, is that the whole conversation you're gonna have while you're doing it? It's so funny. And he like videoed around people's houses and like around my grandma's garden and all just like memories that you would never have. But he did that for my third birthday, my brother's third birthday, and then a little bit later we've got another one. And maybe, I mean, my mum said to me before that if my dad had been born at a different time, she thinks he would have done something like this.
He would have been a vlogger.
Yeah,
he would have. He could do it now. Oh my God.
It now.
Oh my God. Please do a vlog with your dad. Please do like a Q&A or something with your dad.
He would love it. He would love it.
I think that would be really good. Yeah, you should do it. But I mean, I haven't got camcorder footage, but I remember my third birthday. I've got pictures of my third. Do you remember your third birthday?
It's so hard because we've got a video of it. It's so hard to say whether I remember it or I just
because you've seen it.
Yeah.
I feel like my first memory. Well, no, I have a first memory. I remember being little and in a high chair. And I remember, this is really off topic, but I remember being in my high chair and my dad kissing my mum goodbye because he was going to work because they used to do like shifts, like in the night. So wanted to stay home with me and then they'd go out to work.
Yeah.
So I remember that. I must have been about, I don't know, 18 months old maybe. And then my most vivid memory is my third birthday party because I remember I got a Bungle Bear cake and it was incredible. It was an incredible cake. I've got pictures of it, and I had. It's only because I've seen. Actually, I only remember this because I've seen the picture. But I remember there was a. Do you remember Henry's cat?
Yes.
Yeah, that was the tablecloth. So I had a Henry's cat tablecloth, and then this Bungle Bear cake. But yeah, I vividly remember this cake. And then I remember this one girl just crying because she just wanted to go.
Ah,
Like some kids don't like to be away from their house, do they?
yeah.
And yeah, I just remember this one kid crying. Um, but yeah, I remember doing Pass the Parcel. Yeah, I remember the cake.
That's so
Memories.
weird, isn't it? Like the,
Yeah.
I mean, I because I've got video of me being so young, I don't know what my first memory was because I think it would be an invented memory. Like, it all blurs the lines, doesn't it? Of like, what do I
Yeah.
remember? What have I been told? And what have I seen clips of? Or what have I seen a
Yeah.
picture, imagined a memory?
But I guess it all kind of ties in though, because if you think about now, people are recording things all the time because they want to create memories of their kids and stuff because they
Mm,
want to create the memories all the time. So, everybody's phone, if you've got children, you've got 20 million photos and videos and all that kind of stuff, which is nice. It's
yeah,
nice to have that, because
but
I've
it's
only
less
got,
precious. It's less precious because I know I've had video of Ella and I don't know where it went because
mm,
it was there's so much of it that you don't value it in the same way. Milo, I've got loads of video, but it's private videos on YouTube that
mm,
were like vlogs and stuff from when he was small. Um, Ella, well, I've got those discs. Ella's dad's got all those discs now because I found them all, and then I bought a camcorder to play them on. And his stepdad died quite a long time ago now, but he's on there. So again, it's nice that we've got like
you've
things
got
like
that.
that. So I know where those videos are, thankfully. Like I've got a video of bringing her home from the hospital and like me still pregnant, waiting to have her, which
Wow.
you would never have that. I
Yeah.
suppose now people just take for granted that that's a thing that everyone can have, but you didn't just have a. I mean, it seems mad to. I feel like I'm not old enough to be like, well, when I had Ella, you didn't just have a phone in your pocket.
No.
You had
Well,
to
you
buy
went.
a video camera.
Or if you
And
did have a phone in your pocket, it had a big
yeah,
antenna that went out and came out. And there was none of this screen. You had a tiny, tiny little screen with tiny little text on it. Yeah, my BT Cellnet phone, my first phone.
I had a BT Summit phone.
I think everybody did, didn't they? The round one, the rounded top one with the
Yeah.
antenna, like whatever it was, whatever model it was.
Do you know
But
what? I bought my first phone. This is such a random offshoot, but I bought my first phone on Car Phone Warehouse through Sky. Like
oh,
on the did you have Sky when it was like you went interactive? When they had like games and you could order a pizza, which we never
I
did,
mean, I
but
remember teletext, not
no.
Sky Interactive. This that.
This was when Sky became Sky Digital and it had four buttons at the top of the remote
Oh, the
and the
different coloured
interactive.
ones.
Yeah, the
Oh, okay,
interactive
yeah.
one took you to different things. So you could book a cinema ticket
Oh,
through Sky. And one of the things was Car Phone Warehouse. And I remember this. It was £60 and I'd like saved up my money and I bought it through Car Phone Warehouse, through Sky Interactive, because we didn't have a computer. How else did you buy things online?
yeah.
You'd have to make a phone call.
What?
Imagine. What a weird that things like that's technology that they must have thought was going to take off.
Yeah.
Buying things through your TV. That was such a small amount of time where you could buy something through Sky, where that
Yeah, but
technology existed, but people didn't have computers as a
yeah,
matter of
but
course.
you used to be able to buy teletext holidays though. You used to have to ring them up, but the holidays would flash up, wouldn't they?
Yeah, but
Mm.
this was like online shopping through your TV. And that obviously then became obsolete because then everyone had a computer.
Yeah, yeah. I remember going to buy my first phone. I went with my friend and I went to the BT shop to buy it. I think it cost me about £140. That kind of rings a bell, which is a lot of money back in,
Mm.
whenever. Um Yeah, I remember getting it, and I don't know why I remember getting the phone, and then me and my friend used to go up to. If you remember, if in Coventry, there's a shopping centre called West Orchards, and it's got like a food. Like most shopping centres, they've got the food at the top. But we used to go there quite frequently, and we used to get a slice of pizza, garlic bread, and chips. Just remember going to get pizza, garlic bread and chips, get my new phone, and I set it up whilst I was like eating my lunch, putting the big sim in and stuff. And
Enormous
then
battery.
yeah, and then being like, I've got a phone. I've got a phone. Oh God. God, how technology has changed.
I know, and now when people text me, I'm like, ugh,
Leave me alone.
ah.
God.
I mean, ring me, not a chance. Text me, even then.
Oh.
Back in the day, someone texts you and it was like, oh my God, I'm so excited.
Oh, and the ringtones. I think we talked about this before. Putting in the ringtones. Everybody had Eminem Stan. Do, do,
Oh,
do.
we must have talked about this, but I did the polyphonic thing, but I figured it out for myself. The Death March from Star Wars for my mum. So
I think you
like,
told me about
dun,
this.
dun, dun.
Yeah, you told me about
I,
this.
I
And
could still do that, but she would never ring me, so it'd be pointless.
my first job when we moved here was well, not my first job, my second job actually. First job was working in a nightclub. But my second, like my proper job, was working at a phone shop. And that was when like Motorola Razor phones were a thing. And, you know,
Oh
like
yeah.
we had the Nokia 3210 and then the 33. And then do you remember the 82? It was tiny, tiny,
Yes.
tiny.
And that's when
But
they got exciting. When they
yeah,
started to be really fun. Oh, we could, do you know what? Let's do a whole episode of this just on phones and we'll bring pictures. And I
yes,
think that we can share our screen and like show a picture. We're gonna
we'll
we're
do
gonna
that.
learn the technology of Zoom to do some kind of like what's
I
the
don't
word
know
I'm
how to
looking for?
share on Zoom. I only share it on Teams because I use Teams at work
If you
and you
tap the
can share the
screen
screen. Can you
at the
share
bottom,
on
it
Zoom?
says share.
Oh yeah. Oh, what's whiteboard?
I know
Oh,
I
can
was
I write
playing with that while I
things?
was waiting for you. Look, let me show you. This is this again. We're gonna learn how um to do
Watch the
Zoom.
oldies learn technology. Oh,
Like,
oh no. Oh God. Oh no. Is this the
it's
equivalent?
fun.
Is this the equivalent of writing notes to each other, like you know when you're at school? But it's like modern
Yeah,
technology.
yeah.
Oh, can I
We're
do
gonna
that then?
what's presentation? That's what I was gonna say. We're gonna do a presentation on all
Oh, I
technology that
didn't
we're in.
realise I had to do a PowerPoint presentation for the next time. Oh, mine's frozen
Yeah.
now. How do I come out? Oh
I can still
no.
see you.
Oh, there we go. Um, nothing happened. Nothing happened on mine.
Well, we're
Oh
going to
wow.
learn. I'm going to watch some YouTube videos about what fun things we can do with Zoom, and we'll do some kind of PowerPoint presentation. Oh, this is going to work for the Only Murders episodes.
Yes, that's going to be
I'm going to get,
amazing.
like I did on the wall where we had all of the pictures of the people,
Yeah,
the red string, like connecting them all. I'm going to do that. And every week I'm going to be
it's a
like,
PowerPoint.
and this week, and then maybe we'll invite Milo to give his
With
two cents about each.
his theories,
So,
and also we want everyone else to put their theories in as well.
yeah. Oh, it's so
Definitely.
good. If you've not watched it, seriously, it's so, so, so good. I mean, Meryl Streep's in it now. That's how good it
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
Meryl Streep.
Is she dating Martin Short in real life?
No, Martin Short's wife died a really long time ago of cancer, and he's never been with anyone else. And I don't think he will be.
But she's split up from her. I'm just speculating,
And
but
oh, I'd love it. I
I
would love it,
mean,
but
if
I
it's
don't
in the
think
Daily
so.
Mail, it must be true. But like, don't know.
I mean, they did say that they weren't dating, but I don't think so. He strikes me as someone who like
He's going to be
he
on his
had his
own
love,
forever.
he had his
Yeah.
love of his life. They were together for
Yeah.
like 20 years, but I think she died like 20 years ago.
Oh gosh.
It's so sad.
Yeah.
It's really
That's really
sad.
sad.
But yeah, I would love that. That would be great. But I don't think
Mm.
it's true. Don't think it's
But
true.
oh, next week are we doing a from live from New? Well, not live. Well,
Live from New York.
live from New
Doing
York.
a
Yeah,
podcast.
we'll be kind of from the pickles, but that would be great from the pickle bar.
Well, if this works, because this is our inaugural attempt at doing. I actually don't know where Milo is. Hopefully he knows where my car is. I don't know whether or not this is even going to work. If you're watching this now, it did. but I am recording it remotely, so it's going to go into a cloud, which I then need to download. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but if it works, then we will try to do some random calls throughout the time I'm in New York. I'll just call you occasionally and be like, "Where I am."
I'll be like, it's not, it's midnight.
And yeah, I'll try and do that, and we'll see if it works. That could be fun.
Yeah,
especially from the Only Birders places, especially.
I mean, what a way! Oh, if only that could have been the last episode. That would have worked out better, wouldn't it? That would have worked out better. But never mind. Never mind. The thoughts there. The thoughts there in anticipation for the next.
We're just planting all the seeds. You guys need to go and watch Only Murders in the Building.
Yeah, definitely.
If we can get a 12-year-old boy to be interested in it, then
everybody else needs to be interested in it, don't they? Yeah. And on that note, shall we wrap it up, because Milo's going to be
here any moment now.
Here any moment. So unless he wants to be part of the podcast, I feel like this has been.
Are we talking about Only Murders in the Building?
How long have we been online? This doesn't even say how long you're online for.
No, since I upgraded it to whatever I pay per month, it doesn't tell me anymore. It used to be like, you've only got this amount of time left, but now it doesn't want me to know how long we've been talking.
Oh, it just wants you to keep using it for as long as possible.
Yeah.
I feel like this is like a 30-minute episode, maybe 40 minutes, maybe.
What if I edit out the part where my phone fell from the windscreen?
Nah, keep it in. Keep it in. Leave it in. Adds to the effect. Right, I'll let you go. But thanks everyone for watching, and we will see you live from New York. Maybe. Oh, there he is. Fingers crossed.
Wait. What is he doing? He looks so tired. Hey, Mal.
What's up?
Guess what we were talking about?
Only Birders in the Building.
Yeah.
Right,
okay. So we'll wrap it up, and we may see each other again digitally in New York.
Have a great holiday. I'll talk to you before, but have a great holiday.
Bye.